Hey, what's up guys? So today, gonna be doing the diff fluid and the oil on the F80. I'm using Redline 75 W140. It's pretty much the standard for BMW diffs. Same shit that goes in the E46 and the E36 goes into F80. And then you guys are familiar, if you watch my channels, with the 300V with the ester core. This is what I use. It's 10W40. Yeah, it is for motorcycles. Yes, I do know that. And yes, I do approve of this. So, and so does Motul. So let's go ahead and jack it up. I'm gonna be doing the diff fluid first. What you're gonna wanna get is you're gonna wanna get one of these pumps. You can either get one like this or have another one like this. Hoses on both sides. The second hose is somewhere underneath all these tools. But either one of those will work just fine. And that's just basically to pump the fluid into the diff because the diff sits pretty high, the fill hole's pretty high. So there's no really pouring into the diff. So we'll go ahead and do that. First we gotta jack it up though and drain it. I'm using the factory jack mounting point. And that is right by the either side of this, what it would be called, I guess the swing arm on a car. Let me see, let me show you guys. All right, so you have one on each side. Right, where's that? Right here. And that's what I'm jacking it up on this side from. Cool. All right, so now that we got the car jacked up, this one right here, this bolt right here, that's your fill plug. This one down here is your drain. So what you need to do first is you need to undo the fill plug and then undo your drain. I have my setup right here, the electric ratchet right here. I already broke it loose. It's on there pretty tight, so you need some force on it. I used a breaker bar, and I also used a 3/8 and actually a hammer to hit the backside of the handle to get some extra torque in there, and finally broke it loose. So looking good. Let's continue on. Drop both plugs. All right, so this is pretty important. This car has to be level, and as you can see, it's jacked up from one side, not the other. So what I'm gonna do is reposition my basket, my catch bucket, and I'm gonna lower the car so that way you can get the most out of there. All right, let me use both hands for this. So yeah, I'm just gonna drop the car. So we're just gonna let that finish draining up. It's a steady little stream, but it's pretty thick. So keep it draining for about another 10 minutes. You can see I'm still not quite running level, but that's okay. As long as we get most of that fluid out of there, that's all that really matters. If you want to do it proper, obviously have the car jacked up both sides and knock it out, but this will do for now. And yeah, since I'm doing track days more frequently, the diff fluid needs to be changed out more often anyways. So eventually we'll get all that old shit out of there and cycle in some new shit. All right, looks like it's pretty much all done. I am using, like I said, that Redline synthetic gear oil. All right, we got the diff fluid here. Doesn't look like very much came out. Very thick, very almost like mucus. Hey, how's it going? I'm just checking to see if there's any metal bits and pieces. This is the first time I've done the diff fluid. I feel some stuff here and there, but I think it's just rocks. I haven't had any issues with the diff, so, but here we go. Yeah, it's just rocks from just sitting in the garage, getting kicked up in there. Cool. Been pumping the new stuff now. So we got the setup going right now, and we're just gonna pump until we start seeing fluid drip out of the hole. Check back in when I have this thing all topped off. All right, so I couldn't show you guys really the process to stop. I don't have a tripod. I'll probably pick one up pretty soon here for the phone, so that way I can record and do what I gotta do. But once that top fill hole starts leaking fluid out after you've been pumping for a while, that's basically when you know you're all good. You can go ahead and clean up the mess, put in the fill bolt, and torque it down. These are supposed to be torqued at 60 foot-pounds of torque, which is a shitload. So if you don't have a torque wrench, just make sure it's on there pretty tight, okay? And you should be straight. But if you are a torque Nazi, 60 pound-feet of torque. And that's pretty much it. I'm not gonna go over how to do the oil change on this car. I have other videos that you guys can watch if you wanna see that. But once again, I'm using 10W40 Motul 300V with ester core. The bike oil, yes, it is the bike oil. And I use 10W40 because this car is always at dealing with high stress, high pressure, under heavy load all the time, and that heavier weight definitely helps out. So yeah, also while you guys are here, check out your diff bushing. Check out that diff bushing, make sure it's not cracked. You can see the cracks already starting to form in mine. Good thing I already have a a whole diff bushing kit coming in for this car and a third mounting bracket. Basically, this mounting bracket is removed and it is replaced by another bracket which has a third mounting point, which I think is actually using that factory bushing, but it's a solid bushing so it doesn't move. Apparently that's supposed to, obviously it eliminates deflection. We know that with all the other suspension goodies we got here. But apparently it's supposed to have, I guess, less play when shifting, I guess, as far as with the driveline. So when you shift in the DCT, you'll notice sometimes it bumps you forward. This will eliminate some of that extra play and put it straight into gear and get you going. And yeah, puts down the power smoother apparently. So we'll see, we'll check it out. That'll probably be in a month or so that I do a video on that. I will not be installing that. That requires a subframe to be dropped. And I don't feel like doing a fucking subframe job right here in my garage. So we'll discuss that when it comes time. But other than that, if you guys don't have any questions, or if you do have any questions, drop it in the comment section below. And I'll get back to it as soon as possible. Track day tomorrow. Wish me luck.